Well, that's why Hillary's and Antillas and Jabe and Perlita and Joe, all Americans. Why you guys have a problem? Because you run the same war campaign. Jim Riley, Joe Zilla, Gary Race, Bernard LaChance, DJ Dave, Perlita Quinwan, Elton Anderson, Don Wiley, 1961 Oyster Cracker Man, They Did Bad For, Blue Boy Boxes, GPS Pestle, Robo Rapist Knight, Red Randy, Red Gordon, and Ellery's, Jim Hall, Bill Duvall, Morgan, Steve Jones, and Bald East Coast Negro. For one, you guys run the same war campaign. You're paid off. Okay. Two, people see it. Point is, the Antillas run the same shit. You guys post it around like Carney Show, country and western, and then you guys assert. You know what the Brits had the problem with Custard Last Stand, Karen and Stan? They never changed their war strategy. So pick a street, Jamaica Street, that you realize are in the pocket of him, and he keeps trying to claim the Dark Knight Cross. Problem is, you guys have it plastered all over the place, and the Episcopal Church man and the Indian woman can't, you can't question their authority of the Antillas. Like I said, I could prove you all work together. It's why you guys have your stank. You guys don't run a procedure correctly. You guys murdered for it. You guys think it's a war victory, but eventually it's going to catch up to you all. Like I said, you guys want to make up a story. All American. Yeah, all American. Brian the Top, when you work. Well, Perlita, here's your answer. What happens when you become spoiled and you follow the Antillas? He's only killed multiple times for it. What happens when you become inbreed and you don't follow a process and you become obsessed? Sorry, stupid as you guys. What are you guys complaining about? It never really changed. You guys do the same thing. The only difference is that I alerted friends of mine who are Jews or Russians or, my friends that are girls, while Perlita does a bit of the fat. You guys sit there and attack the thin ones, or my past wives, or my girlfriend, right? Or my sister, Karen and that team run the same thing with Avon and, Tupperware and the spies, of those two streets. When you slaughter your friends and kill them people, then the war becomes against yourselves, because you're only breeding with yourselves, and when you guys take that to underdeveloped countries, you have a bigger problem. So like I said, there were guys back in my dad's time and some of them who figured it out. Even my father probably did. But the whole point is, if you didn't follow the right people, you guys remember, Perlita, Dave, in your broadcast, you don't like the Jews. I have a friend who's a Jewish colonel. Or if you guys don't like Colin Powell, do you hear them speak too much? Nope. And that's how they win, because they have their friends. See, and now they do it like this, because Bernard LaChance thinks he's the greatest carny to ever live. But he was the guy that led you all to your demise. That's what happens when you have faggotoid obsession. Sorry, dudes, there was a better way. You guys wouldn't allow it, Karen, religious views or whatever. That's why you don't want to follow a fag carny and a group of dudes that were child abusers, because it stays in the computer system while he experimentators. And then we have to breathe funny and all that shit. And all they had to do was leave shit alone, but it just... their glory. There you go, aim high there for you, Joe. You don't want to interfere. There's Orion there, but we can do that. But you guys, this whole premise on something, and you guys won't even allow people to go into space, but now you guys want to go into space. There's a problem there. So we'll do the Russian flag. Oh, that was what I was going to say. So German flag, black, red, gold, and then French flag. What is it? What? Blue, white, red, and then, Russian flag, white, blue, red. Well, you guys, your hero likes to go back and forth between nations and all that stuff. They certainly did nothing wrong, but you have to be able to move around to do what they do, so when they do it, that's what happens when you guys run your own little regime. Bernard, nobody wanted to hear me, guys. Man, pathetic carny. I told you guys, don't carny too bit, Bernard. I know you're just so in love with the carny. And Football Red Randy and them, they go, well, he said, they do this all the time to people. Bernard, Red Randy and them destroyed an entire city before. That's what the minister and them did. That's why they separated us. Not about the girls. They wanted to hump the girls, but then they stick Hillbilly Squad and Julie there and all this stuff. Put your teeth and all this stuff because they can run it to have money, drugs. It gets to the point, Bernardo LaFagula Chance, that you're so repetitive. I'm going to know what you and Steve Jones and all them do. And it's just easier to give you guys your crappy tube and then, tell people, and then they can go do the fun stuff somewhere else. The point is, this area, in a sense, is claimed. But it's so long ago, I didn't do what you guys want me to do. You guys destroyed that a long time ago because, Nintendo or stealing or whatever. So they're giving you guys your space, but it's a prison and it sucks. And then you're on the All-American campaign again. All-American! All-American! There you go, Perlita. I know, man, Brian, but that's what happens when you kill your friend and you torture me and you guys rip that data set out. Elton and them all want to go, what? What's so great about a guy who basically controls your children? He has to know. Militaries go, how do you beat them? Well, a long time ago, it was different. And like I said, they snuck into our rooms and screwed it up, but they live in denial that those girls actually prepared beforehand. And that's why that guy's pissed, because they were smarter than him first. He didn't create it, and that's why they're mad. And that's what he's trying to wield it into their control for, to claim that they created it. Problem Knight, if Indian fading out isn't going to help you, you run the same torture session on innocent people all the time, and then you guys want to know why it doesn't move through or evolve. You're getting an answer. Because you guys are pedophiles. Put the names there. Move the dark. So Bernard moved his dark in here and had his war, and then you guys moved it to Colorado. Notice, Perlita, you and your bitted fats have already denoted the direction of travel of your war path as you guys came up. They slid it over one, clockwise. So check your counterclockwise. What, you're the military and them? No. So it's just easier to watch you guys' war cycle kind of stand out of the way and go, what are you guys at war for? You guys are slowly coming into the same point where you'll be fighting a war against yourselves, against your own culture. Yep. All American. Now you guys know what they had problems with back in those days with the All-American. So if you guys don't allow people to leave your own country or your own state, people, you won't be able to evolve because they won't be able to send feedback as to how things evolved and changed. And that's what that guy does. He locks you all in a prison so he can control you and assert that he's the Jehovah of the world, or him and the Negro, when they're really not. So like I say, Brian, tell all your friends and family, and I know some of you are watching, and tell them to, don't engage them and let them sit there and pretend. And the group of you who evolved, the girls are already figuring it out. The guys will too, as long as you guys stop fucking mutilating and beating the living shit out of each other, and you'll evolve at the same rate with the girls. But remember, the girls are going to have a higher maternity rate, because you guys, they're needed for birthing children, so they're going to generally take care of themselves better, and that's what they do because you guys demand it, and then you guys get mad at them for doing it. Well, I can't do anything about that, so why don't you guys just follow their example, which is what they generally want, and then both sides, both sexes, both genders will be happy.